Check us out on YouTube. Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, what up? We're going live, man, on YouTube. Make sure you go on YouTube. Follow Super Mario, Follow Super Mario on YouTube. Subscribe. We're going live right now. Check it out.
The way you make my body feel, I can't help it.
Yo, what up? We're going live on YouTube, man. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. Super Mario. About to get started. 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We here. Check me out there, man. Let's go. All right, getting started, man. What's good with y'all, bro? What's the deal? Go ahead and check everything right now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yo, what's going on, man? We're going live, man. Going live. Yo, what up? We're going live, man. On YouTube. Check me out on YouTube. Subscribe. Super Mario. SUPAMARIO. On YouTube. We're talking templates and presets in Studio One, man. Come over there and check me out.
What does my heart say? I'm being too reckless. Am I being too selfish? 'Cause the way you make my body feel, I can't help it. Baby, I care too much. Baby, you ain't there enough. Maybe that's what got us in trouble, baby. So we gotta define what we gotta be. Is it really that bad that I got needs? Can you give me just that, baby? Can you please? Baby, can you please? I ain't got no time for it. Feeling too wasted, feeling too wrong. Tired of the bullshit, leave it alone. I really need to think this through. Am I being fair to you? You're here for a reason, maybe a season, pray it's a
All right, cool deal, man.
Am I being too selfish?
If I'm doing too selfish.
What does my heart say? I'm being too
All right, cool deal, man. Cool deal. Let's go ahead and stop that right now. Let's stop that song right now, man. What's good with everybody, man? We're gonna go ahead and get up in here. Hope everyone's doing good. Let me give a little gain signal here to the microphone. Cool beans. All right, so man, what we're going to be talking about tonight is it's probably going to be a long stream, but definitely something that you guys can definitely take a part of and use it for yourselves for as Studio One and everything like that. And that is working with templates and also taking your presets and making them your own or whatnot. And I got a treat for you guys, man. Before I get up in here and explain that treat. Excuse me. Oh my God. Explain that treat to you guys, man. Make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at Super Mario Producer. Super Mario _producer. Man, hold up. Also follow me here on YouTube, Super Mario. Subscribe and everything like that. Check out my Facebook page, Joint Chiefs of Staffs Productions with a Z. You know what I'm saying? That's Joint Chiefs with a Z, Staffs with a Z, Productions with a Z. You know what I'm saying? Check me out over there on Facebook. And I'm most active on my Instagram, again, at Super Mario _producer. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. And also make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Super Mario, and stuff like that. And also I have a podcast, on the beat.podcast on Instagram. Make sure you check out my podcast. Just really paying homage to, you know what I'm saying, all the independent creatives out there. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be on the show, feel free to DM me on Instagram. Leave a comment here. You know what I'm saying? You can reach me on Facebook and also, you know what I'm saying, DM the podcast at onthebeat.podcast on Instagram. All right, cool. We're going to go ahead and get in here, man. Not going to be for you guys too much longer. We're really trying to figure out, I know why too. Go ahead and turn my media encoder on and everything like that, man. Yeah, but we're going to talk about templates and how you can make it your own and stuff like that. Templates are, you know, one of those situations where, all right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. My lovely face. We're just going to redirect that for you guys or whatnot. So we're going to talk about templates today for the third time as I get everything situated. Yeah. All right, so what we got right here is templates and presets. This particular project came from the Slate Academy. If you are a Slate Digital All Access Pass user or subscriber or whatnot, you probably got an email about Vocal Mix Pro mixing with templates and all that other stuff or whatnot. And I like when Slate put this type of stuff out, especially for urban contemporary music, is because you kind of get a dive in on what the pros are using. People like you and myself, we're somewhat hobbyists, as people kind of look at us or whatnot. But some of us are hobbyists, some of us are not. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you know and everything like that, and how you apply it to, you know what I'm saying, what are you using every now and then or whatnot. What we have here, though, is a template that they normally push out to all their subscribers or whatnot in our accounts. So I pulled up, there was 4 templates that they use, and it's really kind of like, if you really want to break it down, it's promo for the Fresh Air plugin, which is this plugin right here. All right, there's promo for that, and it's also to push the La 2A, which is in this virtual mix rack. And they don't have it up. Oh, yes, they do. They have it. So they made these little, you know what I'm saying, these presets and these plugins, so we can check them out and see the full potential of Mr. Steven Slate's plugins, you know what I'm saying? But they got templates on folks that they probably got in the studio and really work with or whatnot, okay? And we're going to take a look at these templates and see how we can use them for ourselves. But I'm going to show you guys the template part later on, and we're going to break down these templates and how they really did things. Because really, if we really think about it, a template is kind of like your own interpretation of how you want your mix done, how you want your mix to flow, for as workflow in the session. And that's what we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at what, you know, Steven Slate and Slate Digital and their team did for us putting these templates together. We're gonna look at their workflow and really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it, man. All right, so what we got going on, and we're gonna break everything down. We see everything is labeled on each track. All right, on each of these tracks, they're color coded and labeled. All right, we got a voice effects track right here. In the green, we have ad libs. In the yellow, we have lead vocals, and look like we have some effects of vocal delay, and then we have the instrumental right here in blue. All right, and then on these 2 effects tracks, we have a delay and a reverb. The delay that they're using is, again, a Slate Digital product, which rightfully so. If they're going to come out with their own master classes, they're going to use their own stuff just for promotional purposes, okay? All right, so we got a delay right here, and we have a reverb right here. All my plugins are coming out at the bottom. Split screen. Sorry about that. So this is the reverb. This is a real good reverb, by the way. It uses more on the RR impulse technology. So when you load up let's say, for instance, a device or whatnot, it's not necessarily a device itself. It's more like recorded wave files that they put in, and you can, you know what I'm saying, alter that wave file to get a certain sound out of it. So it's a recorded room, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? So it's really not a reverb plugin like actually built on algorithms and stuff like that. It's more like, hey, we have a wave file in here, and it tells you This particular wave file is 1.4 seconds long for us the reverb tail and everything like that. So because you have to install libraries in order to use this plugin, and that's a tall tail sign. Okay. All right. So just wanted to let you guys know that about that plugin. All right, cool deal. So we kind of broke it down, the tracks and everything like that. Again, this vocal effect is what I'm assuming is a lone vocal with effects already recorded in there. Now I could tell that this particular session is worked with outside of Studio One, and all the files were brought in and they were recorded out in another program. Tall tail sign, when you get tracks and like this, for example, is stereo file. Most vocals are going to be recorded in mono, hopefully so. It just depends on the equipment that you have. All right. And in this case, all the vocals are in stereo. All right. And that's kind of let me know, hey, this was recorded in another program. All right. So that's a tall tail sign. All right. And the instrumental is just what it is. Most instrumentals you're going to get is going to be a 2-track anyway. All right, cool deal. Now, once we got that and everything like that, and let me do this. Let me go ahead and just move my picture over here. All right. Hopefully nobody don't come. Well, ain't nobody going to really view this live anyway. But if I do get any comments, hey, it is what it is. But I'm going to put myself right above the Jack's Creative logo or whatnot. All right, cool deal, man. All right, man. So, actually, let me move it. All right. So, we got this right here. So we know that all these wave files were recorded not in Studio One per se. You know what I'm saying? All right. And when we bring back the mixer window, all right, cool. What we have here is a breakdown. All right. We went over the breakdown. We could tell in here, if you know Studio One, this is a bus track because this little symbol right here. This little symbol is kind of like a pitchfork. Look like it, so to speak. 3-prong pitchfork, 3-prong stem going into one stem. This is basically your bus track, and everything that's in green and that is labeled from the output tab, which is labeled ad-libs. That output, the output from these three, and let me highlight these three tracks are being routed into this bus track right here, which is the ad-libs. All right, so let's break that down and check it out right here.
Myself, is this right?
All right, so we got some effects going on with these ad-libs. All right, so let's break this down. Now, this one particular track that you see right here, it's something that I'm kind of surprised about. I'm very, very surprised. Just the traditionalism of mixing. I'm very surprised to find that they have a delay put directly on the track. All right, it's directly on that track. All right, and it's not being fed. The signal is not being fed to a delay effect or aux track. Interesting. Okay, and the reason is because it's an ad-lib and they're trying to go for a Bobby sound. All right. And then we have another reverb on here. Now, what I find odd is they got a reverb insert and then they have a reverb send. So I'm assuming that they're just trying to get a bigger sound out of this particular track right here. All right. And then they have a filter. Now, this is a simple filter that you'll find in the Kilohertz bundle. It's just a simple filter. Look like we have a bandpass filter right here. And let's check it out one more time. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit and put it right here. All right, so if we was to take that filter out, let's see how that sound. Okay, cool. So we still kind of got like a hollow sound, so to speak. Let's turn off the reverb and see what happens. Oops, went a little bit too far there. Let's go back.
I'm letting you know.
All right, cool deal. So that's the vocal right there with that reverb. Really makes it seem like it's spaced out. Okay. Interesting. If we was to turn off the delay, let's check that out and see what that vocal sound without no effects.
I'm letting you know.
All right, cool deal. So we got some effects on here inserted, and we have that particular signal being sent to the return track via reverb. So when we turn off the reverb, this is just a dry vocal.
I'm letting you know.
We got some auto tune on there. All right, cool deal. So that kind of let us know that, hey, man, they put a delay on here to give it a little bit of space.
Feeling too grown, yeah.
Nice reverb too, by the way. I like that. You got a verse effect on here. And then we add the filter track, which is this plugin, just to kind of tighten up the effect of it. And that's what you get. All right. And I'm quite sure that, judging from the other tracks, that they have the same style. And you can kind of tell they have the repeater first in the insert, the reverb second in the insert. And then we got some filtering and some more reverbs on the other tracks and whatnot. You combine all those together on the bus track right here. And this is what you get right about in the beginning. Very, very spacey. All right, you heard the first two tracks and this one right here.
Night uptight, thinking to myself, is this right? This beat.
Very spacey. Let's check that out without the beat. We're just gonna solo the bus track. That's a lot of reverb, y'all. But cool as hell, though. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Real good for R&B music, okay? I like that. I like that. Now you're probably asking yourself, man, I like that sound, bro. That's real awesome. Well, if you're a Studio One user, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to turn you on to a little golden nugget right here. And hope you're liking the golden nugget. And that is, you can actually, what we have here, you can save this this effect chain. Okay. All right. So how you would do that, Rich? Not a problem. So what you want to do is click on this plus sign. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hit the down arrow, not the plus sign. Hit the down arrow. So this first track, what I'm gonna call this one is, I'm gonna go to my folder. I think I have a folder in here already. If not, we're gonna go ahead and we'll just go ahead and store this effect chain. All right, so what we're gonna do is, we got a folder, and I'm gonna call this one store effects chain. And what it's gonna do when I go to store effects chain, what it's gonna do is it's gonna just save this chain of effects for this track. All right, not the scenes, just only the inserts. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go here, and I guess he keep hitting that plus sign. All right, we're gonna go to store effects. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a little menu screen right down here. All right, so what we want to do is, and we can go ahead and put this in a sub folder if we want to. Okay, or we can come up with our, so let's say, for instance, I'm just gonna say Super Mario effects right here. And then I'm gonna call this one let's see, we're gonna call this the selfish water effect spacey. All right, I'm just calling it the name or whatnot. We're gonna call it selfish water effects. All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna hit OK. All right, so when we go to the plus sign, excuse me, if we go to hit the down arrow, sorry about that, you'll see Super Mario effects. I just created a folder for myself. Okay, so if you want to see how you did that again, just hit store preset or store effects. Okay, if you didn't catch that, let me do that one more time. Hit the down arrow, go all the way down, store effects chain. When you click on that, this menu will pop up. Name your preset, and then you can in this subfolder, if you don't have one already, it'll be blank. You can go ahead and type in whatever you want, and then that will be your own subfolder. I have Super Mario effects, and that creates a folder for me along with the other subcategory or subfolders that they already have in Studio One. All right, so we're just gonna hit cancel, whatnot, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the Ad-Libs 3. All right, so we're gonna go here, and we're gonna hit store effects. We're gonna go ahead and copy and paste what I named that other preset before and put number 2 behind it. And we're going to pick my little Super Mario effects folder, hit OK. All right, and one more time for this one. This one looks like it's a little different. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, it is. My plugins keep going down to my other window on my other screen, so I'm sorry about that. All right, so yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different. All right, cool deal. So we're gonna save this one right here, store effects chain, and we're gonna do that 3, and we'll just go ahead and pick our folder, and bam. We can add a description if we want to, but it's not gonna really show up in the menu. All right, cool. So we just saved these effects chains for these 3 tracks right here. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool deal, man. So that kind of breaks down the ad libs. Let's check out the lead vocal. All right, the lead vocal, pretty good recording. Whoever the recorder person that was recording, they was very conscious of you know what I'm saying, signal flow and gain staging.
Late night, uptight, thinking to myself, is this right? This feeling, this man I call my own. With your lies and your cries, I'm better on my own. 'Cause I know it's my time, I'm letting you know. Feeling too wasted, feeling too wrong.
All right, cool deal. Now you'll notice that she came in kind of quiet. Like, you know, let's blow that wave file up real quick for you guys or whatnot. All right, let's do this. Let's bring that up for you guys, and let's bring that right there. Now you notice right here in between 5 and 13 that the wave file is very quiet, and then right here, right a little bit past the 13th bar, which is the 14th bar, she gets a little loud. So
I'm letting you know.
dynamics.
Feeling too wasted, feeling too wrong. Tired of the bullshit.
And she get quiet right here.
I really need to think this through.
So she get quiet, she get loud in these 2 parts and then get quiet right here. All right, so what we got going on, let's check that virtual mix rack out. I already probably know what it is, man. And they probably got like a nice smooth compressor that really kind of doesn't come in too much, but it's compressing at the same time, because you can notice there's really not too much of a difference with the volume, for so to speak. So you got some compression going on. The FG2A, you know what I'm saying? The La 2A emulation, you know what I'm saying? They got that followed along with the 1176 plugin. Nice sound that they got going on with this, you know what I'm saying? I like that, man. All right, and then what they did was to make the vocal real airy. They used this fresh air. All right, now if your ears know about, you know, air and everything like that, it was to play this vocal right here.
I really need to think this through.
Just think this through. That to bring out some of that and stuff like that. You need some plugin like this, you know what I'm saying? Some type of exciter or some really good EQ plugin that has a really good open hot shelving or whatnot. And this is what this plugin doing. If we was to turn this plugin off in the chain, you'll see it's off right here.
Am I being fair to you? You're here for a reason, maybe it's
You'll notice that the air is gone and there and the high presence or the presence of the track is gone. You know what I'm saying? We turn it back on.
I really need to think this through.
Bypass.
Am I being fair to you?
On.
You're here for a reason, maybe.
This plug-in right here, though, this is that crack right here. You know what I'm saying? That's that cocaine right here. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? This particular plug-in really does something to a vocal. Let me just play that one more time. I'm gonna turn this plug-in off. Look, I'm gonna show y'all in big time. Look here. I'm gonna turn this off.
I really need to think this through.
I'm gonna turn it on.
Am I being fair to you?
That shit just takes your vocal to the next goddamn level. I'm not getting paid from Slate to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this shit just to give game and, you know what I'm saying, have everyone, you know what I'm saying, just check out some genuine shit, man. And hey, man, this plugin right here is just off the chain, bro. Man. I like it. And I haven't had a chance to utilize it just yet or whatnot. But this plugin, it really, really, you know, adds that situation to it, you know what I'm saying? And I like this a lot. I love it, man. All right, cool deal. So what we're gonna do is we're right now. Okay, cool. Right now we're gonna check out what the Infinity EQ is going on and what it's doing. All right, and this particular EQ is a digital EQ, okay, and it's nothing special with this EQ, so to speak, but it definitely has some pretty cool characteristics and features. You could definitely slope and make some EQ curves customizable. I'm not gonna mess with anything because I'm gonna save this preset, but you can go in here and you can adjust the octave for as the shape of the curve. Okay, you can go in here and adjust the Q band width up in here as well. But I love the way you can just slope the curves the way you want to in here. You can make it real short and flat like a plateau. You know what I'm saying? That's 120 dB octave curve. Or you can bring it down and just have a regular 12 dB octave curve or whatnot. But it's a pretty cool plugin. I've been using it more and more and more. It really doesn't have a sound, again, because it's a digital EQ, but it definitely is a good workhorse tool. And the reason why I like it, because it gives you a spectrometer right here. So you're just not only just looking at blank space, but when you play the audio back,
I really need to think this through.
you can definitely see.
Being fair to you, you're here for a reason.
You can definitely see where you're making your changes at on the EQ curves and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And when it stops, you can see the setting. You can either have this go all the way fast, but this is a very slow setting of the spectrum analysis that you see right there, man. So that's pretty cool.
I feel I can't help it.
All right, so that's that plugin, and of course they're following it up with a de-esser. All right, now this de-esser, I'm not a big fan of it, but when you're using it, it gets the job done. But like I said, it's a somewhat of a CPU hog, so to speak. I don't know, man. It just depends on what you're using it on. It's okay, you know what I'm saying? It's all right, you know, talking about. All right, cool. So the way you will want to know if this is a big CPU hog, if you go at the bottom right, you'll see a performance meter. Okay, when you click on that performance meter, all right, you'll see this performance monitor tab come up, or window come up right here. That'll let you know what your CPU is running at this particular time. With all these Slate Digital plugins, Slate Digital plugins are very, very CPU friendly. All right, we're running at about 13-14% standing still. Let's hit the play button, see what happens.
I really need to think this through. Am I being fair to you?
All right, so we're running it steady at a 25 percentile. If you want to see what devices are really taking up CPU, just hit the show devices button, or excuse me, little checkbox right there, and it'll show you what CPUs are really kind of like taking up processes. So the most extensive one right now is the de-esser holding at 3, and also the Infinity EQ holding at 3 processes, and also the Verve Classics, which I never thought that this was a 3 process type of plugin. That's pretty good to know. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring this back one more time.
I really need to think this through.
Okay, so that's standing
Am I
still.
being fair to you? You're here for
So when the music is playing,
a season, pray it's a lie.
so when the music is playing, you'll see that these plugins jump up a little bit, on average 2 processes. So the delay is on average around about 8 or 9 processes. The de-esser is still holding steady at 3. And the Verve Classic is holding steady at about 2 or 3, 4 or 5. So in between 2 to 5, which is pretty goddamn good. So when you hit stop, the repeater goes back to 8. And I must have missed that. Yeah, it's still holding steady at about, okay, there you go. It's going down. All right, cool deal. So note to yourself, man, always play your stuff in order to see what your processes are doing. All right, cool deal. So we're seeing what we got going on. We're holding it steady at around about 25%. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But let's talk about this de-esser now. All right, so this de-esser is, I'm not a fan of it because it's not somewhat intuitive, because you got all these different knobs, sibilance, audio, smooth, and everything like that. This should be just a straightforward type of plugin, but I think it's a little bit too many features for what a de-esser can do. But like I said, it gets the job done. All right. So let's go back to right there, and we're gonna go ahead and exit out that. And again, we're gonna go ahead and save these presets. So we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna save this one right here. Store this effects chain. And we're gonna call this one Selfish Lead Vocal. So Selfish Lead Vox. We're just gonna call this one 1. All right, and we'll go ahead and pick our folder, which is Super Mario Effects. Hit OK, and we'll do the same here. Look like it's the same thing going on for these 2 yellow tracks that you see right here. All right, so there's really nothing much I can show you on that. It just looked like it's the same effect. They just recorded on 2 different tracks. So basically, we just drag this effect and just drag it on to one of these tracks. All right. That's what you do. I'll just hit right here. You'll see a hand right here when you hover right over that drop down arrow, and then you can. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. When you see the hand, then you can go ahead and drag and drop that effect chain on any of those channels. All right. So we're gonna do that. Look like it's the same thing. I'm not gonna save this one right here. Look like it's the same process. Yeah, it's about the same processes and everything like that. Yeah. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, look like it's using the same parameters. I'm just double checking it just to make sure. Yeah, it's the same parameters. So it will only make sense because it's the same recording, just on different tracks or whatnot. All right, cool deal. Now we got this vocal delay right here. Look like we got an ad lib that they did a delay on. And they have this as an insert effect, delay and reverb. All right, cool deal. And basically they have a reverb again. Oh, what they did was that they use a delay, okay, and then they got a regular reverb from Kilohertz that they have on here. All right, so that's one we can save as a preset. So again, you hit the drop down button. We're gonna store this effect chain. We'll call this Selfish ad lib delay effect, and we're just gonna call that DLY effect. All right, cool deal. And then we'll go ahead and hit some Mario effects. Hit OK. All right, and we're good to go. Now on the instrumental, I found this. I have used this particular Fresh Air plugin on the instrumental. All right, and it does a damn good job on brightening up your track and really just adding some high mid and high presence to your track. All right, so let's turn this plugin off and check out the instrumental without it. All right, we're gonna turn the plugin on. 1, 2, 3, go. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Turn it off. 3, 4. It's like taking blankets off of a speaker, for real, for real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll turn it back on. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I like that right there, man. I'm not gonna save this because basically it's real simple. You know what I'm saying? You can either link these controls together, or you can control the high mid, or excuse me, the mid air is what they call it. And the high shelving on here. And to be honest, folks, it's this plugin, don't get it twisted as it being an exciter or whatnot. Honestly, in my opinion, I really think it's some type of EQ under the hood versus it being exciter. Because the exciter is really going to sound, exciter just has more of a different sound than what this is doing. This is seem like it's, let's just say, it seems like it's both exciter and the EQ combined into one. You know what I'm saying? This mid air being, if it's messing with, let's say, I don't know, probably around like 4,000 to 9,500,000 hertz. You know what I'm saying? And then everything above 10,000 hertz is the high air that you're really boosting or whatnot. But whatever it is, this is a pretty god doggone plugin right here, man. All right, cool. So we're right here at the end on the aux tracks. All right. So we just kind of like just went through and broke everything down on these tracks for us, what the mixer channel is doing. All right. So on the aux track, you have a simple reverb on here. This is a Slate, again, Slate Digital Verb Suite Classics. And then we have the repeater vintage model delay. I love this delay, by the way. when you can get the effects just right in here, man, it just does some wonders and whatnot, man. So this delay is just off the chain for what it is, man. So we're not gonna mess with that. We shouldn't need to make any presets, save changes or whatnot, because simply, you know what I'm saying, you're creating an effects effects track and you're adding your reverb and your delay on here and being done with it. So this is this particular track. You know, the lead vocals, they're sending some reverb and also sending the signal to reverb and delay on this particular track. But it's pretty straightforward, you know what I'm saying? They don't have too much going on in this particular session. It seems like they got some ad-libs going on. You know, two vocal takes for us, the lead track, but you have more ad-lib tracks to fill in the empty spaces than you do with the lead. All right, and then you got the instrumental. So let's check it out right about here. It looks like this is the hook right here.
Much, baby, you ain't there enough. Maybe that's what got us in trouble, baby. So we gotta define what we gotta be. Is it really that bad that I got needs? Can you give me just that, baby? Can you please? Baby, can you please? 'Cause I ain't got no time for it. Feeling too wasted, feeling too wrong. Tired of the bullshit, leave it alone. I really need to think this through.
And this is a lovely track, by the way, man.
Yeah.
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 I'm being too selfish. I don't want to. Yeah, I could freestyle over that right there, man. Yeah, that's a nice track right there. But yeah, this is a nice vibey track right here. The only other thing we missed was on the main track, on the master track, or the main track is what Studio One call it. And they have a limiter on here. They have just a simple kilohertz KHS limiter on here. Let's see what that limiter is doing right here on the hook section.
Is it really that bad that I got needs? Can you give me just that, baby? Can you please? Baby, can you please? 'Cause I ain't got no time for it. Feeling too wasted.
So the limiter is not bad. And by the way, this limiter, I use it a lot in the Multipass plugin, which is another plugin from Kilohertz, where you can combine all of these different kilohertz plugins into one, and it splits whatever your sound source signal into 3 parts or whatnot. But this plugin, this limiter is really, really doggone good. You're looking at it, it's like, okay, I got 4 knobs, threshold, release, in and out, gain. That's all you get. But this limiter sounds pretty doggone transparent and pretty doggone good. And let's see how it sounds without the limiter. Let's see how the mix sounds without the limiter. All right, here we go.
Trouble, baby. So we gotta define what we gotta be. Is it really that bad that I got needs? Can you give me just that, baby? Can you please? Baby, can you please? 'Cause I ain't got no time for it.
Turn it on.
Feeling too wasted, feeling too wrong. Tired of the bullshit, leave it alone. I really need to think this through. Am I being fair to you? You're here for a reason, maybe you see.
Yeah, so this is bringing a lot of pretty good doggone gain in here or whatnot, man. And you'll notice that, okay, the limiter, you think it's gonna get loud, and it does make it loud for its appearing to be loud. But what it's doing is a pretty good job. And you know what's helping is gain staging. You have the vocals that are not recorded hot. Now, this is what most people probably send you if you're mixing other people's stuff and they record it in their Pro Tools and they send it to you. Your shit probably looking like that. And if your shit looking like that, folks, let me tell you something. If you're getting WAV files and you're dragging and dropping them in your Studio One, you're getting shit like that, ain't nothing you can do about it. And you can just tell them, hey, before I even start mixing this, y'all recorded fucked up. When you get your files, they should be around about this ballpark. But this is good. This is good. This is real good because you can get a lot of dynamics. You can get a lot of punch. You can get a lot of clarity when you're mixing for its EQ and compression and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Mr. Los the King, man? My producer partner, man. What's good with your big dog? We just talking about, you know what I'm saying, templates and saving presets in Studio One. But you know what I'm saying, again, when you get vocals like this from another DAW or another session that other people recorded, you want your wave files to look like such. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and put it on tiny mode real quick. There, that won't make any difference. So let me do this. Let me put it on normal. Get out of the mixer mode. You want your wave files to look like this. If you get them and they look like this, yeah, they look like something like that right there. You got a problem there, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And what you'll have to do is go in here, touch on this, and do some clip gain and whatnot. Just because you adjust that clip gain down, just because you do this notion right there and you bring that clip gain down, that doesn't change that it still is distorted. If it does sound distorted, you better pray it not. You know what I'm saying? All right. But when you get something like this, trust me, your mix is going to come out sounding very transparent, very, very clean, and a lot of dynamics. And you'll hear with this song, it sounds so big is because you have room to make shit loud. People don't get that. You know what I'm saying? People think, oh man, I'm going to record it hot. I'm going to record that shit loud, and you bring shit, and your shit looking like this right here. Well, guess what? When you're making adjustments on each of these tracks, you ain't got no room to make shit loud. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any room to make shit loud. So when you record down, you can make these vocals loud, and you can get a vocal that's loud. You did? Now watch what we do. We're gonna turn this effect track off. We're gonna turn this whole signal path off. Turn everything off. No plugins.
Can you give me just that, baby? Can you please?
Matter of fact, let's turn the sends off.
Feeling too wasted, feeling too grown.
Let's go to the quiet part.
Am I being too selfish?
And you can hear the air conditioning in the background.
What does my heart say? I'm being too reckless.
Now, if we was to turn all the plugins on, check this out. You got room to turn shit up.
What does my heart say? I'm being too reckless.
Oh, God. Look at that, man. You have room to crank up what you need to crank up in all of these processes. And then when you move to this one, it's going to boost gain. You know what I'm saying? With this, and the trim knob, gain right there. Then you go to this EQ right here. Then you got some push right here, gain in the high frequencies and whatnot. Then when you get here, this is just like a dynamic control for us. De-essing or whatever, but you did a lot of gain pushing in certain frequencies that needed to be so, and you get a big vocal with all these plugins like this.
Am I being too selfish?
Now, let's say, for instance, we was to take this vocal and you get it into your system and it's already looking like this. Watch what happens.
Am I being too selfish?
Now, granted that we're pushing, all we're doing is just turning this up and just driving more signal in here. But if you started processing this, you're already going to be peaking in the red.
What does my heart say? I'm being too reckless.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have to over compress. You're going to have to, over compress, EQ in the wrong spots and whatnot when they just really need to look like this. All right, cool deal. So, man, that's it for this particular session. We're going to open up another one from the, and let me get the proper name for this one while I'm closing this one out, man. Let's see here. And what I'm doing is just going on, because I want to call this what it is. Let's see here. Yeah. Here it goes. So, yeah, this is one of the sample session templates from the Pro Vocal Mixing Masterclass. All right. So they did a masterclass, Pro Vocal Mixing Masterclass, in the Slate Academy. If you're all access member, you have access to what I'm looking at right now. Just go and log into your Slate Digital account, go to the Slate Academy, and you'll see it with a red tag right there. And you can download this same session, download the same session, regardless if you have Ableton, Logic, Fruity Loops, Studio One. You can open up the same shit that I'm listening to right now, and you can play around with it, do what I did. So I just saved some of the presets they had per track. All right, and I'll utilize these as I'm mixing on other people's stuff, or whatever the case may be. So I'm just, taking their signal chains and saving it for myself. That's what we're talking about with presets and whatnot. So we're going to open up another one. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this one. I'm not going to save over this. So we're going to hit no. All right. And as that doing that or whatnot, man, saying Studio One is a very, very good program. If you don't have it and you're thinking about it, I highly recommend it. I really don't think Pro Tools is where it was and what it used to be back in the day. I just really think Studio One has some features that really makes you move really quick. You know what I'm saying? And Studio One is very, 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 very stable. I could probably count on one hand within 5 years this thing has crashed on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe because I know how to take care of my computer. And if you do know how to take care of your computer, you won't have no problems with Studio One. With Pro Tools, oh my God, I just used to have stuff crash all the time in Pro Tools. All right, cool. We got a bigger session here. All right. Where we at? Where we at on time right now? Let's see where we at on time. We are good. We somewhat good. All right, so we got all of this right here. All right. Look like we have stereo tracks, which was probably recorded in another DAW, dragged and dropped in here. And seems like the purple is somewhat of, I don't know. I haven't heard it, but we're just breaking this down. And we got something going on right here. So the purple might be some hook type shit. The yellow looked like it's some type of lead vocals, or, the primary part of the record. And then we got the instrumental down here in green. And again, you'll notice that these wave files are recorded very minimalistic, but still you have gain. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do a little differently than what we did in the other session was we're going to turn off all the plugins in this session. And we're going to listen to it dry-assed. No Vaseline. All right, cool deal. Let's go ahead and turn that off. All of these plugins. Matter of fact, the master track too. Oh, no, we can't do that. We got to do that one separately. All right, so we're going to highlight all our tracks, turn off the inserts. All right, and turn off this one on the master track. Let's check this track out. With no plugins, just dry vocals. Okay. Oh. Okay, I see y'all. Okay. Man. Got some neo soul with some trap. Wait a minute.
What got you pissed off? You can hang it on your chest like a crisscross, so you can bang it on your chest like you're pissed off. And this
we're not gonna go through the whole song.
Look at whole time, been looking and I've
go through the half of this verse.
Listen, the booth will do this shit.
Probably cut it off right here.
Just fame in the name till it get washed, or even a tinted window for the blizz. Look at how the cop come down on a free wall. Looking.
That's different right there. That's different. That's different, man. So again, you know what I'm saying? This is sessions coming from the Slate Academy. You can get these sessions if you're an all access member or whatnot. They rolled this out this morning. So what we're just checking out is I like the Slate Academy. Just to kind of reiterate, I like the Slate Academy because it kind of gives you what the people in the industry is doing for us recording and mixing and mastering and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we are all on YouTube. We're trying to come up, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of gives you an insight on what these people are doing. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they taking neo soul and trying to mix it in with trap, with a trap instrumental, so to speak. And yeah, All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip back on the mixer. We're gonna turn all the plugins back on. That was dry-assed. And what I should have did was we're gonna play that back one more time. Before we do that, let me turn that instrumental down because I feel like that instrumental was a little bit too loud.
I feel this life, it makes me do things. My life will last forever.
All right.
What I feel, this life, it will never change.
All right, cool deal. So you can really hear those vocals in the raw, you know what I'm saying? In the raw, and whatnot. And again, what I said in the last session, this is the way the vocals really need to be recorded. Like, just like this. That way you have room to turn up shit. Again, you get somebody vocals and that shit is looking like this. Right about here. And that's the only reason why it looked like that, because I got it on small. If I was to blow these tracks up, if your vocals coming in something like, honestly, come in like this right here. If your vocals coming in like that, yeah, you might have to tell that person they may have to re-record it. If not, it's just gonna be what it is on the mixing side. So your vocals, you need to turn the mic down. And how you would do that, and I get this question a lot, is man, I trying to get them vocals like what you're talking about with the low wave file look or whatnot. All you got to do when you're recording, turn your instrumental down. I had somebody call me and ask me that a lot. It's like, man, I'm trying to gain state. Turn your instrumental down. Turn your freaking instrumental down. Turn it down. My sweet spot when I'm always recording is around about -9 to -12. It just depends on how loud the beat is. Okay. Now, when it just depends on how loud the beat is. But the trick of it is you got to have some type of headphone amp in order to turn up your monitoring system, whether you're recording and you got big speakers or headphones or whatnot. You have to turn what I'm listening to in my headphones. I got to turn that up so I can hear the instrumental get turned down. So let's say, for instance, we're going to use this microphone, for example. All right, I'm going to go ahead and solo the beat. So if I'm rapping like this, you really can't hear me. I'm getting loud so I can hear myself in the headphones. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I don't know, headphones. I'm gonna turn the instrumental down a little bit and I can hear myself, and I got good stage bit. And when I turn it down, I get a little down. I can get more dynamic, man, and move the fuck around. You know what I'm saying? You get that. You can get more creative behind the mic. You can bring your voice down and bring it back up, and you let the mic do the thing. That's really what's up. So turn down the instrumental and you can do what you want to do with your vocals or whatnot. But we got a lot of people just like to keep the fucking instrumental up, and then you end up with vocals looking like, hold on a second, looking like this. When you got that instrumental up, turn your instrumental down. All right, that's a little gem right there. We're going to get back and talk about this session. So we're going to go ahead and turn on all the effects in the session. All right, so we turned them all on. Looks like we have the same thing going on from the last session. Each track has their own version of mix rack, and so we're gonna check the mix rack and make sure what they got in here. What's going on, Mr. Record TV? What's good with you, bro? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate you. All right, so we got this right here. And this is, let's take a look at their channel. They're kind of what their channel strip is right here. All right, so they got a gate going in, okay? And the gate is just basically going to cut out all the excess noise. So I have a gate going on this mic right now. So if I was to stop talking, I'm snapping my fingers. You could probably hear it because that's loud, but if I start talking, you can hear my fingers rubbing together. You know what I'm saying? That's what a gate does. It takes out, all the unnecessary noise in the background. They got an EQ going on, little SSL style EQ, a Latoué in the front of 1176 plugin. All right, so you got a Latoué emulation in front of 1176 emulation right here. All right, and then they got an EQ. And I've been noticing that Slate, they've been like on their hip hop stuff, they use this EQ a lot. I'm gonna have to try this. I'll play around with this EQ more on like a 2-bus type of situation, but I've been noticing this plugin on some vocals a lot. So I like that. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just check the consistency of each of these inserts. So that's on that one right there. Let's go ahead and go to this pre-verse one. Same thing. Yeah, okay. Now let's go to this last one. If it's the same processes in the same order, we know that this is the same effect copied over on all of these tracks. So what we're gonna do, if you, let's say for instance, you got your vocal sounding good, you don't want to fuck with it, but you want that same sound on the next song that you record, all you gotta do is hit the drop down button, go to Store Effects Chain, name your effects chain. So let's say I'm gonna call this the Jazz, or we're gonna call it with the Forever channel strip. All right, once we name that, we're gonna go down. We already made our subfolder. So if you don't have a subfolder and it's blank like this, just go ahead, click in here, type what you want far as the name of your folder, and just hit OK, and it'll create a custom folder for you. But I already did that, and you will see right here, along with all the other folders that came with Studio One, this is my folder right here. Just click on that, hit OK, boom. So we shouldn't have to do this. This is going to cut down a lot of time. All right, cool. So that is all of these purple tracks right here are individual tracks, which is these tracks right here. You know what I'm saying? All right. And what they did was, again, they routed all of these tracks into one bus track, which is this one right here. You always tell what is a bus track because they have this little pitchfork looking symbol right here, right? And what they did was just, again, process that bus track, and they just have on this one a La 2A, and then they have the Fresh Air right here, okay? Very interesting chain that they did because they just utilizing one compressor and then utilizing this as a high band EQ, so to speak. I like to, again, this plugin, I like to think of it as an EQ. Again, it's high mids and highs. That's it. That's all it is. But it makes shit sound so motherfucking good. Let's check out this front part because this is the only part that really got vocals right up in here. Let's check this out right quick. All right, so what we're gonna do is take off the bus process, and we're gonna turn this off, this track right here. We're gonna turn all those plugins off, and we're just gonna listen to what they have affected. All right, that's what that fucking track, man. That track bumping, bro. Like, damn. But yeah, so that's with that. You know, the vocals sound real good. Let's go to this one main one that's really sticking out. This one right here. All right, let's check that out.
I'll do what I feel. This life, it makes me do things.
So whatever they got on this channel strip that we just saved, they have the virtual mix rack. God damn, I hate this plugin. It always, this window. New orientation here. Sorry about that. But I like what they got going on with this right here. You know what I'm saying? Good sound. They got the Fresh Air. They just throwing this Fresh Air shit on all of it. Look, bro. Hey, man, I'm working on the album right now. Shit about to be lit, man. On the cool. All right. And then they have this EQ in series behind the Fresh Air. And they just basically use this EQ for corrective actions. You know what I'm saying, against what this plugin probably did and also what this plugin right here did. All right, and then they followed up with a de-esser. Now, you shouldn't have to use a de-esser on every track if you don't have sibilance. If you got a gap in your teeth, oh yeah, you're going to have some sibilance right there. If you got that gap, yeah, you can't really talk like that. If you got a lisp and you talk like this and you're rapping, you're definitely going to have that lisp. You know, if you got a big fat tongue and, shit, man, every time you say shit, you could definitely gonna have that de-essing going on. That shit, you're gonna have that S shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you really know how to get behind that mic, and when you say shit like this, you can come back like shit. I'm talking about all that shit, man, really coming through the semblance, kind of like you have to duck and dive with the S's and the S's and whatnot. That's just a recording technique. You know what I'm saying? You can be in front of the mic all day if you want to, but when it comes to saying the S's and stuff like that, you say the sibilants and you just kind of like sibilants right there. You know what I'm saying? When you're saying the S's and the S, just duck and dodge. You know what I'm saying? That's one way you don't have to bring in another plug-in and you don't have to use a de-esser. But that vocal right there sounds pretty good. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to add this mix bus processing, which, again, consists of a lot 2A, just a simple compressor, and then this fresh air look like it's being used as an EQ. Let's check that out with it on now. Let's go.
My life, I'll do whatever. What I feel, this life, it makes me do things.
Interesting.
My life will last forever. What I feel, this love,
This life,
it will never change.
it won't never change. Won't never.
Yeah, that I don't know. It's a little, for me, it's a little bit too airy and not enough mid presence. For us, it's not enough mid range in the vocals. Let's play that back one more time. Let's play it back one more time.
My life,
And I turned that beat down because that beat motherfucking slapping, bro.
I feel,
I like it too. That bitch jam, bro.
my life will last forever.
Yeah.
What I feel, this love,
This life,
it will never change.
it won't never change. Won't never change. Life won't never change. Won't never listen. What got you pissed off? You can hang it on your chest like a crisscross, so you can bang it on your chest like you're pissed off.
So the lead vocal sounds good, but whatever they did on these purple tracks, it's a little bit too airy, especially with all these fresh airs in here. So let's go back to that beginning. Let's say, for instance, you needed to add more mid-range to that. It's so airy, you really can't add some type of EQ plugin that has very good saturation and tonality because it's just going to add more uncharacteristic sounds to it. So you definitely have to use a digital EQ. Now, we could pull up something Slate Digital, but nah, bro. We just going to pull up something stock. And this is where I would do. Now, your mixing decision is what you do, but I'm going to show you what I do. I would just go ahead and look at this. Now, this is your basic Pro EQ. Hey, man, this is an awesome ass EQ. You remember how back, you know what I'm saying, in the early 2000s and the 2000 teens and stuff like that, you know, Pro Tools had the 7-band EQ. Yeah, this is what this is in Studio One. This is a damn good ass EQ. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to change the 12th octave spectrum display. We're going to change that from 12 octaves to waterfall. The reason why I use waterfall is like a heat map. It's going to heat up the frequencies that are popping, and it's not going to show the frequencies that are popping. And you can make very, very good EQ decisions. The traditional way with this right here, it's good. It's good, but that's kind of like an old schoolish way. All right, so we're gonna hit the. I'm trying to hit the peak hold, but it won't let me for some reason. That could give you some good information, but it's kind of like it's misleading because you're dealing with small segments of each frequency and whatnot. And it's just, it works. It's effective if it's more like for live sound. But if you're really in the studio and you really need to make precise cuts, put the 12 octave from that to waterfall. I kid you not. It's like using the spectrum meter plugin from Presonus or whatnot. It's just built into the plugin. So what we're doing is we're analyzing this vocal bus.
This life, it makes me do things. My life
Notice something right here.
will last forever.
I'm gonna turn this down. I'm gonna let this do what it do. I'm gonna play it back one more time. I'm gonna turn this down. 1 second. All right. I want y'all to pay attention to something. Just think of this as mountains. Everything that's bright is mountains. Everything that's kind of like a dark color is more of the flat land. We want this bitch to be mountainous and stuff like that, right? but we want to bring out things that are flat. Okay. All right. So we talked about this needed some more mid-range. You see this little valley right here? I like I'm using analogies. You see this valley? Where am I? Right about up in here. We need to add a wide curve boost right up in here because that's what's missing. Let's check it out. Let's do that in real time. Let's go. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to do what we do. Check it out, though. I'm going to set my Q band width at about 0.6. I turned it off.
This life,
So you'll notice the difference real quick. Let me go ahead and take out the rap vocals right quick. Because the rap vocals are actually pretty good. It's this right here. They had it too airy on each individual track. All that fresh ass shit. Look here, man. It's a little bit too much. But what we're doing is we're reinforcing the mid range. Simple EQ. That's all you need. But again, we're looking for the valleys. All the stuff that's kind of like very bright is your mountains. The flatlands and the valleys, that's the shit that's going to tell you, okay, that's the parts if you want to boost there, okay? But we're really listening to the mid-range. But we're using this as an analysis tool. Bring it back down to 0. Turn it off. See how the ad libs just disappear? Because we took the mid-range out. Turn it back on. Let's bring that back one more time. Turn it off. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely helping out. It needed more mid-range. It's still a little bit too airy for my taste, but hey, it is what it is. All right, cool deal. So what I'm going to do is, matter of fact, let me go ahead and put that plug-in back on. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to keep this, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn that off, but I'll know. Yeah, I'll know when I say this chain, this signal chain or this effects chain, I'll know that, hey, I need to do some type of mid presence. So we're going to save that. We're going to store that one right there. We're going to call that one forever vocal. And we're just going to do Vox bus chain. All right. And then we're going to put it into my folder. All right. Hit OK. Cool deal. All right, so we got that taken care of. Let's go check out the rap vocals. All right. They got some other shit going on with these rap vocals. Look like it's the same shit. I don't know what the hell this ad-lib track is, but look like it's the same vocal chain they have going on right here. So let's go and highlight this vocal. Look like they just added the fuck? Okay, they added some weird shit on here. Let's check that out. We ain't gonna do the obvious. We're gonna check this shit out. This track right here. We're going to check this out. So what they got is the same vocal chain that we had. Look like they flip-flop. Okay. Same situation. They just flip-flopped the Infinity EQ, brought the fresh air down, and then we got the de-esser at the bottom. But this one particular track, let's check this one out.
on your chest. Bang it on your chest.
Okay.
And this the
ad-lib effect. Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. So what you're looking at, you're like, Rich, what the fuck you got up here? All right, cool. Let me explain it to you. All right, we got a format filter. A format filter will filter, but it'll have a filter where, you know what I'm saying, it'll filter and it makes it seem like it's pronunciating certain letters. that's what it really does when you're filtering it. That frequency will pronunciate certain letters. So this is what this one column doing. This next column is just basically feeding in the reverb, and the other column is feeding into a phaser. It's just basically broken up into bus tracks, and it's just a plug-in. I don't know. Snap Heat is pretty good. It's kind of like shit. It's like, man. I mean, if you really, to be honest with you, if you use to take this and use to stack these 3 plugins in serial, kind of like what you see here, it's the same shit. You know, you have more control of a gain, pen, and mixing in the effect or whatnot. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's pretty good because I use it myself sometimes. All right, cool deal. So we got that Snap Heat, and then we got a delay on top of that as an insert effect. I'm not a big fan of delays and reverbs on inserts, but you know, if it's gonna give it the effect, okay, cool. I'm listening.
Listen.
Yes, sir. A coincidence, man. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this one right here. All right, and we're gonna store this effect chain. We're gonna call this one Forever. And that's the name of the track, Forever. So I'm just kind of doing that. Rap, ad lib, effect. All right, cool deal. And if anybody got questions, feel free to hit the comment section, and I can answer your question. All right, we're gonna go ahead and save that, and then I'm not gonna really do too much on the rap because I already know that's just like standard rap shit. So we're gonna save that, and we're gonna call that Forever and ever. Rap box chain. Cool deal. And send Mario effect. All right, cool. Right there. All right, now let's take a look at what the fuck this shit is right here. Look like we have another set of ad libs with the same shit going on. It just has more reverb on top of here. So what they did was you already have a delayed effect, but they're feeding the signal into a reverb and more delay. All right, let's check it out. Okay, we really can't hear it because of that instrumental. So let's play it back one more time.
Watch.
So it's a double. And a cool little effect, man. I like that. So what we're gonna do is look like it's the same shit. I really don't wanna. Let me check here. Yeah, it's the same. I'm gonna show y'all. The Snap Heat showing the same thing. All they did was spaced it out a little bit more. So what I mean by space is they just kind of push the vocals back a little bit further in the mix. Kind of like give it a little bit more space in the mix, utilizing the same effect, but sending the signal to reverb and more delay to make it seem like it's here and space it out. So this is kind of like up front in the mix, but to space it out, you'll push it back and then spread it out like that. When you're pushing it back in the mix, that's when you will use reverbs and delays in a creative sense. All right, cool deal, man. That does it for that rap part. And again, we have standard effects tracks with reverb and delay on there. So these little pinkish, reddish looking tracks, that's just basically we're sending these 2 track signals feeding into these processors right here. And the instrumental, like we said before, they have the Fresh Air plugin on here. They really promoting their asses off with this plugin. This plugin was free, by the way. It may still be free on Slate Digital. Slate Digital website. It was a free plugin that came out during Black Friday. If you want this, you know where to find me. I can hook y'all up, man. So we're gonna check out this plugin with the Fresh Air plugin on here. All right, we're gonna turn this off. Damn, that beat sound a little stale, huh? Shit. Now let's turn it back on. Off, on, off, on, off, on. Hey man, man, this plugin is nice, bro. For a free plugin, this plugin is nice, man. Nice. Now, we was listening to everything without the limiter on the master track. So let's go back to the beginning. Catch it when the hook goes into the main part of the beat. No limiter. I'm gonna turn the limiter on now. So this limiter is really not doing any type of gain reduction. So that limiter, I don't know if you can hear this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if you can hear this, but this limiter really not doing too much for us, making an audible change in the record itself, but you can hear the difference, okay? All right, we're gonna turn it off right here. 6, 7, 8. Turn it back on. What it does is just kind of pushes the mix a little bit forward. It just kind of makes it a little bit more forward hearing, okay? But it's really not doing any gain reduction. So I'm gonna have to play with this limiter on the master track in some of the sessions I got coming up, man. All right, so that's it for that track right there, or this session. All right, and shout out to Produced by John Cotton, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully YouTube gonna be like, oh man, we're gonna demonetize your video because you're playing backtracks or whatnot. I don't own this shit, man. This shit was available because I paying for a membership. YouTube, man, Google, they need to get out the bullshit on the cool, man. For real, man. They trying to demonetize every goddamn piece of content, man. Man, look here, bro. If it wasn't for music, YouTube probably wouldn't be what it is right now. I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. But we're gonna go ahead and close out of this session, and we're gonna open up one more, and then we're gonna get into showing you guys the template if I have time. Yes, we do. We're at about an hour and 17 minutes. On the next one, I'm gonna really move really quick through that one. All right, we're not gonna save that one. And I hope this information that I'm giving you guys is really helpful. Shout out to my 2 viewers. The third one, he must have got tired, man. They had to go to sleep or whatnot, man. But shout out to people that's checking it out live, man. Appreciate y'all, man. You make it what it is, man. All right, cool. We're going to open up this one right here. All right, we're going to open this one up right here. Shout out to Studio One, man. I just love Studio One for mixing purposes. Producing, they need a little bit more help. I ain't going to lie to you. They can get that producing and the MIDI shit correct, and the lag that they have between choosing different instruments, might be pressure, man. It might be pressure. But we got a couple of holes in there, a couple of kinks, man, so we ain't gonna do that. All right, so we just waiting on this. This is a big old session. It's taking a while to load them plugins. You see them loading on devices? They got a shitload of reverb on here. God damn. All right. See what we're working with. All right. We got lead vocals in yellow from the looks of the labeling. Background vocals in purple. And instrumental in the red. Effect tracks in true yellow. And we have some ad-lib shits in blue. And we have a sub mix. We got a session with a sub mix. Shout out to you, nigga. Yeah. All right, cool deal. So we're going to break this down. What we're going to do is going to span our mixer track so we can see our ins and outs. You'll see it pop up. So if I span it back down, you'll notice that the ins and the outputs for your routing is going bye-bye. Bring that back up. If there's a little icon that you'll see right here, 2 triangles at the top with a line in the middle. If you see that icon, just raise that up until your ins and outs show up. All right, you good to go. I'm going to go ahead and raise this up right here. All right, cool deal. All right, what we working with, Rich? Well, let's see. Shit, let's see here, man. We're going to go ahead and shrink these tracks a little bit. We got a little automation going on. Okay, then. I see y'all. Okay, then. Shit. All right. Cool deal. So we got a true hook in here. They did a whole 2-verse song. Bro, look at y'all, man. So that we could automatically tell this is a hook. And they probably did this in Studio One because we got mono tracks. Oh, well, alrighty then. Yeah. But then we could tell this was a feature because we got look like some harmonies going on or whatnot. That's how y'all know I've been doing a lot of mixing. I can tell, man. Like, or it could be that they got the vocal stems and they brought them in the right way, which was mono tracks, and then they had stereo tracks. But like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of times when you're moving sessions from one session or one studio to another studio, if you got stereo tracks, that's probably a feature, a collab, or something like that. But if you got mono tracks, it's probably recorded right here in whatever studio that is present. So it looked like we got some features right here. Let's check this out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out with the effects on first.
You counted the steps I took to walk from the window. Perfect intent. Told me that number was how you
Okay.
do.
So we just gotta. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. I'm glad they did this.
Out the pain and grief you. And I know you're tired and overdue for peace of mind. Unravel you and I tonight. Just calm your thoughts on me a little while.
Let's check out this first hook, see what's going on.
Someone to tell you you will never be alone. You will never be alone. 'Cause the heart I gave, no one can take away. The power of a cyclone, move this heart of stone. I'm aching now to let this don't stay.
All right, cool. All right, so it was good till the hook came in because I couldn't hear none of what the fucking background vocals was doing. The instrumental was loud as hell, bro. So let's do this. Let's turn down the instrumental right now.
On me a little while. Yeah, you could use someone to tell you you will never be alone. You will never be alone. 'Cause the heart I gave, no one can take away.
All right, cool. So we turned down the instrumental about 2 dB, but we still can't hear these background vocals. They got the background vocals at like negative 10.7. What the fuck? Like,
Someone to tell
let's turn that up.
you will never be alone. You will never be alone.
And we started hitting the background vocals now.
No one can take away the power of a cyclone. Move this heart of stone. I'm aching now to let this go.
All right, cool. So we turned up the background vocals and turned down the instrumental. This was one of those classic cases I was talking about earlier. We get infatuated with that instrumental or the music composition, and we just had that bitch cranked up. Man, turn that shit down. It's all about the vocals on most of these songs, bro. Like, couldn't hear the damn background vocals. And that really was making the track. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to turn the background vocals up just a little bit more.
To tell you you will never be alone. You will never be alone. 'Cause the heart I gave, no one can take away. The power of a cyclone. Move this heart of stone.
So I turned up the vocals a little bit more and turned down the instrumental like 0.2 of dB, a little bit lower, 0.2 of a dB. All right, from negative 2.0. All right, cool.
I'm aching now to let this don't stay.
I like what's going on. Again, the airiness. This is what. Okay, look, Slate Digital. They look, Steven Slate, his camp, his whole company, all out in California. That's where music is really popping at for mainstream or whatnot. I guess the airiness sound is what it is. All right. Again, we have fresh air all over this motherfucking goddamn session. We can't get rid of this motherfucker. God damn, bro. They are changing the narrative with this plugin. All right, cool. I'm starting to notice something. All right, so you'll see in the purple on the background vocals, there's no plugins. This is a good teaching tool. So if you made it to this point in the video, let's check this out. All right, so we got background vocals right here. Let's go ahead and solo everything here. sound motherfucking good, right? I'll tell y'all why it sound good. They don't have like 5 goddamn plugins on each one of these. A lot of times your vocals don't have to have a plugin on it. If it sounds good and the vocals are doing the same performance, bust all that shit to one and process one track like they did right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6, my bad. You got 6 background vocals, 6 tracks of background vocals doing the same performance, just different keys, different pitches because they're making a harmony. Okay? They have all of that bust into a sub mix. And then you process everything there. Why risk your computer and the processing power just to fuck shit up more? So let's solo one of these tracks. Uh-oh. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, there we go. All right, let's solo one of these tracks. Let's get the one that's all the way up in the middle. That's normally the starter track. Let's turn these effects off. Sound pretty good. Let's bring in the next one. 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 Stacks, harmony. Okay, when you got somebody that can really push and keep the pitch in center and not fall flat or not go sharp, you know what I'm saying? You can get this, and then you can start panning things to the left and the right. You know what I'm saying? And what you can do is you can build that stack just like they have it here. Here, yes. Like you see it in the purple. You got a stack, same performance, different key or pitches. And then you have those busts to the background vocal aux or mixed bus channel, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You're processing it here. Now, we just hearing it. Now, let's go back. Let's just hear it without that processing on the mixed bus. Big sound. Big sound. Now let's turn the plugins on. That's without plugins. Sound pretty fucking good, right? Check this out. God damn. A little bit too airy for me. I'm telling you, this plugin right here, if you over abuse it, it will sound fucked up. Just gonna keep it 100 with you. Don't over abuse this. They already in the 68th percentile. Check this out. Now I turned the plugin off. Sounds good, but check it out. When you turn this on, look at this shit. God damn. But it's brittle. But check this out, though. You're listening into solo. We bring it back in with the music. Check it out. So it kind of fits, but it don't fit. But sometimes, and I do this a lot myself, in order to bring it above that mix and really kind of hear it in the distance in your ears or your monitors or your speakers, bringing in some of that high end really kind of just puts the icing on the cake. You really can't bring in the low end because the mix is going to be all loppy and be sloppy toppy. You know what I'm saying? So when you bring in a lot of that high end, it really kind of puts the icing on the cake. And that's what these background vocals are doing. Because you notice when I was turning them up, you could start hearing it, but the mid presence wasn't there. So it really wasn't kind of like, oh, it was more like, oh, real smooth on the top end or whatnot. It just makes it real kind of, real big and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So what they used on this process was a combination of common plugins. Again, Virtual Mix Rack, something a little different here. We got the trimmer button, which is nothing but a gain knob. They used the Neve EQ, a distressor type of plugin, 1176 vintage emulation, and they used the API, which is probably one of my favorite EQs made. I love API EQs. They fixed, proportioned, and they just sound fucking good. But I like the signal chain that they got in the Virtual Mix Rack. Again, you got this airy-ass plugin right here, Fresh Air, and then you have the Infinity EQ to kind of do some corrective action, and you see more boost than you do cuts. You see more cuts than you do boost. Okay, so they definitely took out some of that low low mid range right there, and took out some of the look like the mid range and boosted up again. God damn, in the high end, whatnot. But these are all bill cuts and boosts, whatnot, and then they rolled off right at about. Looked like they rolled off at about 173 hertz. All right, cool. So that's that plug in and chain right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to save that. Again, you hit the down arrow, store effects chain. We're gonna call that they call it Trove, but I'm gonna call it Cyclone. Call it Cyclone BG Vox mix bus effects. All right, and I'm gonna put it in my folder, and boom, cool deal like that. And normally, you know what I'm saying, if you collaborating with another engineer or producer and they send you a session and you check out their chains and whatnot, you know, if they ain't tripping, go ahead and save their signal chains and learn from them as well. This is just not about, oh yeah, I'm gonna take your signal chain. Nah, you can learn what this is doing. Study it. We just took a look at how this vocal bus sounded, and we studied it. Okay, cool. You know, they did a little cut on the Neve EQ. Of course, a compressor is going to do what a compressor is going to do, but then with the API, they went all out on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So this is always good studying tool. Study it, turn shit on and off, and understand what's being taken away versus what's being already on there. All right, cool deal. So that's the background vocals. Let's go ahead and check out the leads. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out. And actually, it's not the leads, it's the actual hook and the leads too. But let's check out this one track right here. It says the harmony track right up in here. We heard the hook. We want to hear this shit in raw. All right, cool. So let's check this out.
Oh, you're tired and overdue for peace of mind.
Oh, we got a lead track right
Unravel
here.
you and I, unravel
This
you
is right
and I. Tonight, just calm your thoughts on me a little while. Yeah, you could use someone to tell you.
Hey, when I turn those background vocals up, that made that track. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, bro. Now I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna do that. I need to be in LA making their money. I'm just saying. But anyway, man. Let's check out this vocal lead right here.
And I know you're tired and overdue for peace of mind. Unravel you and I, unravel you and I.
So we missing something. I knew something was going on. Yeah, the Sins was hiding. They had that shit ducked down. You can't play me. You probably could play somebody else. You can't play me. All right, cool deal. So we're going to take a look at what the Sins going on. All right, so the Sins, what they're doing is they're sending this particular vocal to a reverb, a slap delay, and another slap delay. So 2 delays they're sending the signal to, and 1 reverb. That's why you're hearing that nice spaced out vocal. All right, but we're going to look at the fundamentals. Let's see what the virtual mix rack is working with. Looks like we got an SSL La 2A with 1176, and they went with the vintage version on all of this right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to save this preset right here, and we'll go back here. We're going to hit that down arrow, hit the store effects chain. We're going to call this Cyclone lead box chain or box effect. All right. I misspelled that. All right, cool there. And we're going to put that in the folder. All right, cool. All right, so that's the lead box. Now let's check out this harmony right here.
You're tired and overdue for peace of mind. Unravel you and I, unravel you and I.
All right, I'm going to give y'all a little hint. You're trying to figure out, okay, it's got an effect on there like a bit crusher with a phaser or whatnot. You see that stereo? So this was done not in this either. It was either done somewhere else or it wasn't done in this studio session. All right. And you could tell by it because it's a stereo track. So they probably processed it and then exported it out, brought it back in the session, or they did it somewhere else. So those are 2 different clues, but it kind of minimalized on how many plugins you could have just scaled down. So that probably would take about 8 plugins, and they bounced it out, brought it back in the session, and then now you're just doing your fundamentals. All right, so what they got on that one is a little different. So they got a SSL EQ 1176, this VCA compressor, and this EQ. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna call that one Cyclone Harmony Effects. All right. Now, when I'm saving these presets, do mind that when I go and I start mixing, I could just go straight to my folder like this right here. If I wanted to, I can hit the plus sign on this empty track, go to the let me take that back. I'm so sorry. I keep hitting the plus sign. Hit the down arrow. Go to my folder. And all these templates I've been opening up, these are effects chains that I'm taking from these templates and I'm saving them for myself. All right. And I can always bring them up and make my changes to them to fit with the vocal that I'm working with. All right, cool deal. So that's that one right there, man. Of course, they got the fresh air on there. What else new? You know what I'm saying? They're promoting this damn product heavy. All right. And we got the DSer on there, of course, or whatnot. All right, cool deal. So let's check out what else this session has to offer here. We got the hook or whatnot. And this from this track to this track right here. So vocal lead 1, 2, and 3. You'll see it right here and here. Look like let's check it out in solo. 1, 2, and 3. And bring this motherfucker back right. Sure. Oh, we went too far back.
You will never be alone. 'Cause the heart I gave, no one can take away. Like the power of a cyclone, move this heart of stone. I make it now to break this stone up to stay.
So the high parts, what they have, the high parts pan hard left, hard right.
You will never be alone.
Look like they push the lead real strong.
'Cause the heart I gave, no one can take away. Like the power of a cyclone.
And it's just really about using your ear to blend in the 3. All right, so I like what they did right here. Look like it's the same process here. So we're gonna save this one as we'll just yeah. We'll call that Cyclone lead vocal. So we go to store chain and we'll call that Cyclone lead box 2. And what I'm gonna do is copy that because I'm gonna take this one. All right, I don't know if that's saved or not. Let me double check that real quick. Cyclone lead box 2. It didn't save. Yes, bastard. All right, let's do that again. It did. What the fuck happened? What's going on, bro? What the fucking deal is? It saved down here. I didn't put it in the folder. Fuck. Shit. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. What the fuck just happened? All right, there we go. All right. Let's do this right quick. Let's go ahead and pull up this one. All right, and what we can do is store effects chain, and we could just move this one in this folder. Cool beans. And then what we can do now is, can we get rid of this one? Nope, we can't. And that's about yeah, we can't. All right, so let's just go ahead and remove all of those right there. All right, cool deal. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, we got the same shit going on right here. We're gonna call this one store effects chain, and then we'll just replace that at 3. I'm down to 1 viewer. I'm wearing that ass out. We almost done, man. We almost done or whatnot. This is a learning channel. It's a learning channel. You're gonna learn. Education is key, man. I can't stress that enough, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's people like myself, man. We just want to teach y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We too quick to get the quick shit and whatnot. It's time to teach or whatnot. So, yeah, we got that one right there. I think everything else looks self-explanatory. Look like we got some bridge stuff going on here.
comes to you, unless it's you, I just collapse into. When it comes to you,
Wow.
when it comes to
Man, look at this. They use this as a filter and did some weird shit for us boosting right up in there. I like that. And it has a real unique sound to it. Check it out. And that's what you're getting. Let's check out the mix rack. Interesting. Huh. Let's play it back one more time. So that delay is kind of adding some freshness to it. So we're gonna save that one definitely, man. Let's save this one at Cyclone Bridge. Delay 1. And we're gonna copy and paste that because the next one is going to be. I'm gonna make sure we put that in our folder. Yes, sir. All right, cool deal. And then this one, I'm gonna do the same. Store this effects chain and change that to 2 and put that in our folder. Cool beans. All right. And then this lead vocal, I don't think I did.
place where you lay like you call it home. We've hung on my threads back. Oh, you're tired and for peace of mind, unravel you and I.
Let me check something here. I wonder if I saved that already. Let's check. Let's see. Cyclone vocal, lead vocal effects. Yep, we already did. So yeah, I think we ran through all of these right here. All right, cool. Now let's check out the sub mix. Now we went through all the vocals and everything like that. Pretty good. But now this is real self-explanatory. They don't have an air plug-in on the instrumental, thank God. But we got 3 effects tracks. They just feeding. This is a reverb, 2 delays on these effects tracks right here. That the signals from these individual tracks is feeding into the yellow. All right, cool deal. Now let's check out the sub mix and see what's going on here. Now we got a fresh air plug-in inserted first, and then we have the virtual mix rack, and they just have a distressor and this EQ right here. Interesting. I like that. So let's go ahead and turn off this whole entire insert effects and check out the sub mix without the effects. All right, we're gonna turn on the effects right now. Here we go. All right, we're gonna turn on the fresh air. Here we go. All right, let's bring that back one more time with everything. That's everything off and everything on. Wow, this plug-in right here really makes a difference. When you turn this bad boy on, it's just like it's I don't know, bro. I don't know, but whatever they doing is doing it real good. So this is affecting the overall mix, the instrumental, the vocals, everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's affecting too much the effect tracks. No, they have the effects tracks mixed into the sub mix as well. All right, awesome. Very good routing in this particular template right here. They have the fresh air first, like you see it, and then they have the virtual mix rack. So they have somewhat of a an enhancer tool going into a compressor, and then you got an EQ that's really kind of doing a bump around 12,000 hertz, scooping out at about 600 hertz, and then bringing down a low shelving, ironically and weird, at 100. And that's a pop sound. So a pop sound is really not bass heavy driven like most urban contemporary music. Now, if we was to take that negative 1.32 decibels cut and we was to boost that at 1.32, you'll notice that this is really not pop sounding, and it makes it really loopy. Yeah, so they scooped out a little bit of that bass just to give it that pop sound or whatnot, man. So I like that, man. I like that. So we're gonna go ahead and but what I'm gonna do is for my preset, I'm gonna keep that at 0. Okay, so we're gonna set this at 0 and just leave it like that. All right, and we're gonna save that as Cyclone Mix Bus. So this will be the last template we go over for tonight, and I'm gonna show you how to save your templates or whatnot. All right, cool deal, man. And this is gonna be real quick, really quick. All right, so we saved everything, we went over everything or whatnot. I hope all this information was very useful for us, you know what I'm saying, opening up somebody else's session, saving what their signal chain, and really using it as a teaching tool, not to steal their sound, but as a teaching tool, you know what I'm saying, because the sound is hard to steal. As a mixing engineer, I can't go, if I like somebody else's sound, I can't replicate that, you know what I'm saying? I can only use it as a teaching tool. But we went over everything, checked out everything, everything's checked out and stuff like that. Pretty good plugins. Like digital plugins, they're not bad. And all of these plugins that you're seeing with like reverbs on the inserts or whatnot, it was a couple of moments where my computer started cracking out, but it probably went over 50%. And something like this track should be cracking out. Let's see where we have on CPU. Yeah, so the background auxiliary plug-in far as the virtual mix rack, they had a lot of heavy hitters in there far as the processors and everything like that. So that one was hitting with the music playing at about 11 processors. So that's not bad, man. You know what I'm saying? Not bad for what these mixes are doing. And notice the track count. Like the track counts are really not that much. I haven't seen a track count that was over 24 tracks. Most of them was like 19 tracks. Or actually less than 24 tracks. So that's pretty goddamn good to have a big sound. Pretty damn good, you know what I'm saying? So what we learned from these templates was, number one, low track counts. That's what we learned from all these templates. We went through 4 sessions. We learned low track counts, nothing above 24 tracks, just to get a big sound. What we also learned, it's okay to add reverb and delays on an insert, as an insert on each individual track. That's what we learned, okay? Another thing we learned is you can utilize this Fresh Air plugin on every motherfucking track and still make this bitch sound good. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the fuck they did. They utilized this motherfucker on every goddamn track they can think of. And it's not a bad plugin. From what I'm guessing what they're trying to implement and what they want to teach us as the people at the bottom is, this is somewhat of an EQ, a specified EQ for air. Just to add that air in there or whatnot. If you want this plugin, it was a free plugin. It may still be free. Make sure you go to Slate Digital website and see if it's still free. I'm not exactly sure. But if you want it, you know where to find me. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. DM me on Instagram at Super Mario _producer. I'll hook you up. But yeah. One thing we did forget also is one thing we did learn, I'm sorry. Another thing we learned, besides low track count, adding Fresh Air on everything, and also adding reverbs and delays on your insert tracks to get a creative sound. Let me say that again. Just because you're adding reverb and delays on a track doesn't mean that's constituted as a fundamental process. It's more of an untraditional mixing technique, but it's used to be creatively used. Okay. So remember that. All right. Another thing is turn your instrumental down. I had to turn a lot of these instrumental downs because they was just really too fucking loud and it was overbearing the vocals or whatnot. Take note of that. Another thing we learned is background vocals. We need to nudge those up a little bit because the instrumental may be covering those or whatnot. So you got to find that balance in that as well. Utilizing effect buses, you know what I'm saying, to send certain vocals or sound sources to these reverbs and delays. Another thing we learned too is that utilizing this kilohertz limiter and not really driving it like this. I'm going to tell you where people fuck up at when they use limiters. This is what they do.
'Cause the heart I gave, no
That's what people do. You see all that blue shit that was going on?
one can take away.
You see all that blue shit? See, when you see that blue shit, that's gain reduction. Now, you do hear that bitch got loud, right? Because I had to do the makeup gain. It doesn't have automatic makeup gain, so you got to make up the gain yourself. So you get the appearance, oh man, that shit loud. Boom! Nah, bro, that shit trash, yeah. And when you play it back on Spotify and Amazon, YouTube Music, Tidal, and all that other shit, that shit ain't gonna sound right. It's just gonna sound like some hot fucking doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to learn is be careful with your limiters. It's okay to use it on there, but be careful with them. And you want like a little pinch of salt of gain reduction, if any. If any. You know what I'm saying? If not, just have it there to add the character to it.
'Cause the heart I gave, no one can take away. Power of a cycle, this heart is still.
So you want to hear the limiting effect. And the limiter ain't nothing but a compressor that has an infinity to 1 ratio. And you just adjust the threshold. But if you start hearing the mix pumping, or if you start hearing the mix kind of like fade away and it gets real mushy, you got too much threshold. And a tall tell sign far as you just fucking up the limiter. And what it could do is if you have -2 or more gain reduction in your meter, okay? Anything -2, between 0 and -2 on the gain reduction meter, you should be okay. Okay. Anything else below after that -2, you start getting into -3, -4. Lord knows if you get into -6, you just need to stop mixing straight up. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to use a limiter on your master track. That's another thing we learned from these templates. And that's basically it, man. You know what I'm saying? Storing the effects we did over that. I'm gonna go through the last process. We right on cue. Let me try to get there. This is my average time, 2 hours or whatnot. Let's go ahead and pull up this another track, and this is gonna be a blank slate template. You know what I'm saying? Basically what Slate Digital, they always do this in their Slate Academy master classes. They always give you a template, that way you can build around it. And they normally do this annually. What I've been mixing all my clients on was based off a Slate Digital template. And it had Kevin Gates on there, man. I was very, very excited about that last year. I think that was last year or 2 years before. And so what I did was I modified the template and saved it for myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up that. No, I already got it in here. Yeah, here it is. I already got it queued up. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to check out this template. We're not going to make any heavy modifications because I don't want to keep a lot of you guys too long. But, you know what I'm saying, we definitely going to take a look at it, and I'm going to show you how to save your template. And we're going to be peace up out of here, and we should be there to our time frame or whatnot, man. Just again, while this is loading up, I appreciate everybody tuning in to the YouTube live stream. If you like this information that I give out, it's definitely giving it from the heart. This is a passion of mine, so I'm really not looking too much for the money, but there is a link in the description that you can go ahead and click from Streamlabs and donate something for your boy. If not, go ahead and hit the like button on this video, or go ahead and subscribe to Super Mario, this YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram at what the fuck? Okay, there we go. Follow me on Instagram at Super Mario _producer. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm mostly active at. All right, so basically what they got going on, again, they have, let's check this out, man. Let's check this out. So they got a template that they gave us. And basically most of the effects that we were saving, they actually did us a favor. And they made these channel strips where we can actually save all of these channel strips of what they did in most of the songs for us. So they did us a favor. I really didn't have to save everything, but I did it for myself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna double check some things and make sure I got everything or whatnot for myself. You got they gave you an instrumental track that you can use, and they also gave you a lot of effect buses. So this one is a clear delay. So you got a clear delay on there. It's probably like a clean type of delay. You got a lush verb using the Lustrous Plates reverb. This is a real good reverb too. You know what I'm saying? I like it and I don't like it because it has more of a tinny metal sound, but it's a pretty good damn reverb, man. What else we got here on this third one? We have a phone delay. So it's more like a telephonic type of delay sound, utilizing the filters that they have built into this plugin. We also have a warm reverb, utilizing this reverb right here. All right. And we have a plate reverb, another heaven reverb plate, a ping delay, utilizing the repeater, and also we have what it is, a wide delay. So we got a lot of delays and reverbs in this effect channel. So what I'm gonna do is on my off time, I'm gonna go ahead and update my template for 2021. And I was just thinking about this the other day, going ahead and updating my template that I currently have and putting some new fresh shit on there. So I'm gonna build another template for myself and call that one the Rich Mix 2021, man. And I'm thinking about utilizing a lot of Slate digital plugins, especially the Fresh Air, but also my plugin Alliance, man. I can't forget about them. Plugin Alliance plugins, man. Not too much Waves. I have used very, very little Waves plugins this year because there's a lot of good plugin makers out there besides Waves or whatnot. But Waves do make some good processors. But like I said, man, this is how you get your template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the file button. I hope you guys can see that. I'm going to hit file and I want to save as template. Okay. Hit file at the top left. Scroll on down to save as template. Click on that. You're going to have a window pop up right here. And what we're going to do is call this one, I'm going to call this one Rich Mix. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on a second. This shit is typing backwards. What the hell is going on? All right, we're going to call this one Rich Mix 2021 template. All right. So once we name our template, we can put a description. If not, we all good. You can change the icon if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a picture. All right. And let me see what picture I could choose. I got this one on my last template. All right. And we can replace an existing template, or we could just keep this one. So when you do replace an existing template, it's going to go where most of your templates are before, and you can replace those. And what you do is just hit replace, and we could choose this one and click over this one. All right, so this is my beat mixing template in 2020. But if I go to my templates folder in the version 4, I had one for Rich Mix. Okay, so I can save over this one. Okay, but I'm not going to do that because I like this one. This one really made me a lot of money. It made me a lot of money. Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and go to templates right here. We're going to get the hell out of that. We're going to cancel out of that. We're just going to call this one the Rich Mix 2021 template, and we're going to hit OK. And what that does is it saves the template for you. All right, so what we can simply do is just close out of this. So you don't want to have no WAV files loaded up in here. No WAV files. Let me reiterate that. No WAV files. Because if you add WAV files in here, every time you pull up this template, it's going to be looking for WAV files if you don't have that particular hard drive connected, okay? I'm right at my 1 hour and 59 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. All right, cool deal. So what you do is no WAV files. Go ahead and close out of here. You already saved your template. Go ahead and hit the close button. Okay, we're not going to save over it. Once we do that, this is how you're going to confirm what you got. As soon as it loads up and you're fucking up my time, man. All right, cool. We're going to go ahead. If you want to open that template, go to New Song. You're going to click on New Song. This menu is going to pop up and bam, you will see an empty song template. And this is under the user category. So you have styles. Okay, this is templates for different styles. You got band, recording, house, techno, instruments, mixed range, all that other bullshit. You got interfaces. It'll do it adjusting to the Presonus interfaces. So if you have like one of those Presonus mixers and you need to do some multi-tracking, you could choose this. But if you're using your own templates, go to User tab. And I have one for beat mixing for my beats. I have one that I used this year, which made me a lot of money. And then this one right here is going to be the new one that I'm going to have to work on and fine tune it and everything like that for next year. And that's basically it. You fill out your song information, hit OK, and you're ready to record or drag in files to mix, man. This has been your boy, Super Mario, man. Hey, we're going to get up out of here, man. I'm right at about 2 hours. That is my cutoff time, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, make sure you follow and subscribe to this channel, Super Mario, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate you showing all the support on the back end, on the back stream. Also, follow me on Instagram where I'm mostly active at Super Mario_producer. Check out my podcast, On The Beat Podcast. You can follow that on Instagram as well at onthebeat.podcast. And also check out my Facebook page, Joint Chief of Staffs Productions and stuff like that, man. Make sure you click in the link, man, if you love hip-hop sounds, you love hip-hop VST instruments. One that is very slept on is Initial Audio Heat Up 3. There's an affiliate link down in the description. Go ahead and click on that link, and there's a sale going on right now, man. Go ahead and take advantage of it. That plug-in right there is, I always call it the new Nexus. Okay, it's up there. If you like straight up rap, you know what I'm saying, the Heat Up 3 is definitely for you, man. Go ahead and click on that link, man. It'll redirect you to Initial Audio's website, and they're running the sale right now. And you can get started with the Heat Up 3, and trust me, you will like it. Coming from your boy, man. Hey, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. Appreciate you tuning in once again. See you guys on Sunday night, if not Monday night. And until again, man, y'all stay blessed up, man. And also stay creative, man. This has been your boy, Super Mario, man. We are out of here, man. I'm going to go ahead and hit that stream ending. I don't have no music for y'all, but ooh.